Hey friends, Charles from The Gentleman's Journey here. Guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this Osprey backpack, this lightweight Nemo Hornet 2-person tent, this REI sleeping pad, North Face sleeping bag, guys, some trekking poles, an entire camp kitchen setup, an Ollie Camp stove, and much more on the cheap and how you guys can do the same. All right, friends, I want to get right into this. So I got this whole thing. I'm going to tell you the price later on. The guy I bought it from valued it at $1,300. Everything has only been used one time. So the first thing that we have is this Nemo lightweight 2-person tent. We're going to dig into this a lot more and we're going to go ahead and set it up. So in fact, this thing is so lightweight that one of the things they talk about is you can take your poles out and maybe the stakes and give that to your partner. And then you can actually cinch this down and separate it. So friends, you can carry half of it and then the other hiker can carry the other half. That tent right there, I found used on Marketplace alone for $300 just for that tent. So the current edition that Nemo has is somewhere around $439. Now what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna talk to you about how you can get these products on the cheap as well, but I'll drop links to the current price so that way if you're thinking that's not worth that much, you can go check it out for yourself. Or if you can't get it quite as cheap as I did and you fall in love with one of these products, you can go ahead and check it out there as well. So the next big item that I got on this deal is this backpack. So this is an Osprey. It's the 8th or 70. This is an XL bag. And that's what immediately attracted me when I saw this whole gear setup was this bag. Because friends, I'm a big guy and this one fits me so good. Check it out. So for me, this was the perfect bag for a day trip, a couple nights, something like that. You know, when we'll get into bags and there's all different things that you might want. But friends, this bag right now, you can easily use market value. It's $250. On Amazon, this is $409 right now. So I'm gonna give you guys the secret right away before we get too much deeper. Now there's a few ways to find cheap gear. One of them is Geartrade, and I'm gonna have a link to that in the description as well. Guys, they have all sorts of different used gear and you can get on there and find all kinds of stuff at sometimes half the price and whatnot like that. So again, one of the big secrets is gonna be Geartrade. Go ahead and check them out. What I did here before we get into some of the gear that came with this is I went on Facebook Marketplace. Now, whether it's Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, guys, I'm telling you, you can get brand new gear. Now, of course, I was able to inspect this before I bought it. This guy went out to REI and he said, give me a couple day pack, the tent, sleeping bag, pad. We're gonna get into all that. It's all in here, friends. So he went out to REI, figured out that he's not the hiking type, and then just listed it for sale. So he told me he's in it at $1,300. I'm gonna have the price on the screen. I'll have kind of the current price that you can get it used. The price new is gonna blow past that because it's a couple years old, and with the way things are going up, it's already worth more than $1,300. So we have 2 canisters here. I checked it out on Amazon. So a double pack of Jetboils are like $25. So you got $25 in value there. And then friends, we have this Ollie Camp fuel, jet fuel stove. So you guys have seen me use this on the channel. Some just like this, and it actually has its own little igniter. So friends, I was checking everything out, and again, the guy's telling me he's only used it one time. So if you want top of the line gear, but maybe you don't want to spend top of the line price, I encourage you to check out what they have on Marketplace. So this is a really great backpacking stove. $40 stove right here. You guys can check out that on Amazon. A set of silverware, you know, this is like $5, but I want to show you that by the time you end up buying this, piecing it out, it really starts to add up. So on the side of the bag here, friends, we have these trekking poles. Now these ones here, these are coming in at $32. I found a set on Amazon for 27 bucks. They're a little bit different color and stuff, but if you want these exact ones, 32 bucks. I'm gonna tell you guys here in a little bit what I paid for everything, but I can't emphasize enough, the bag and the tent are, either one of those are well past what I paid for. The next thing that we have here, guys, is a little camp set. Now this is like GSI, and it's not the most expensive setup. It's all stainless steel. But guys, I was just looking at something like this. So this is gonna hold me off. It's gonna appease me for at least a couple weeks. But it has a little bowl, has a little cup, and then it has, you know, a kind of a deeper pot, and then a skillet right there. So I got a link to this again, and I found all this for $24.95. So guys, there's a headlamp here. This is LED. It has an extra battery pack over here. The batteries aren't up here in the bulkhead area. Has a loop for your head. This is about $20. So that takes batteries. It's not rechargeable, but that again is just more value with this setup. This cup here, it's like a $5 or $10 cup, depending on where you get it. Just another stainless steel camp cup, something that if you're looking for a kit that you have to buy, all this came in. So you got a carabiner and some rope. It's another $5. This is the sleeping pad that came with it. So friends, this is Flash insulated air sleeping pad. This is from REI, and right now I've found it from $50 to $75. So we're gonna put this at $50. So $50 used, guys. A really nice compact, look at everything's fitting in this bag. A nice little deal there. Then we have like a $10, $15 tarp. This is probably from Walmart. They use this as a ground tarp so that you're not ruining the bottom of the tent. I looked up reviews and stuff that Nemo has kind of a ground tarp that you can buy that's specific for it. They didn't go that route. They have this tarp here. So it's the bottom of that tent is durable, but because it's a lightweight backpacking tent, it's not gonna take all the abuse that you can throw at it. So the next thing we have, guys, in the bottom is gonna be the sleeping bag. So this you can access from the bottom here. And now we have a North Face sleeping bag. So I don't think this actually came, I don't think he bought this when he bought everything else. So when he spent $1,300, that's probably the bag, the stove, the campwear, the sleeping bag, and the tent, or the sleeping pad and the tent. This here values right now about $45. So this is one of the older ones. But I've already been in it, guys, and it's comfortable. So it's a 20-degree mummy bag, and it just happens to be extra long because I'm 6'2", and I still got room in here. So a beautiful bag here. Everything, all total, friends, I paid $350. So again, I stole this. He valued it. He said he spent $1,300. I'm gonna add it all up, and I'll tell you right here on the screen how much I have it used value right here today. So guys, let's get over here. I'm gonna set up the tent just because I wanna show you, but let me know in the comments if you found a deal like this, if you've been scouring through Craigslist or Marketplace and found something like this. I know you might not be able to compile this exact deal. That's why I have the links to everything. If you find a product here that you like, you can go check it out. But I'm telling you guys, get on there, get on Craigslist, get on Facebook Marketplace. This bag, I can still find it on Amazon. They're changing their lines every year, so it's a couple years old, but the bag really isn't a day old, to be honest, guys. It's just an incredible bag, and it fits me really well. Let's check out that tent. So friends, this is actually gonna be my first time setting up this tent, and I can't wait. I watched a bunch of videos and stuff, and it just seems to be an amazing tent. So I've actually searched for a backpack and a tent. I'm down here in Florida. I have a good backpack at home in Colorado, but I needed one, and this is bigger than the one that I have. Well, I have a full frame that's bigger than that, and a smaller REI one, or North Face one, back home. So if you had the ground section, you could start kind of attaching this to that, because you would stake down, the way I understand it, you'd be staking down the ground portion of it, but I don't have that. So we get that kind of laid out, and then I'll grab the tent poles. This is cool because it has one tent pole that's all connected, and then it forms like a T. Everything on this is gonna be ultra lightweight, and they are definitely leading the charge in several areas in the camping industry, and always, it's kind of like fighting for the tallest building. Everybody's always fighting for the lightest tent, but you certainly sacrifice some things when you start getting lighter and lighter. Oh, I did. How crazy. Look at that, just clips on. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, to really stake this down well, you can't completely use the tarp underneath that. So we'll use a variation of the tarp under it, but I gotta drive these stakes down to guy it out, so I won't be able to use the tarp perfectly. All right, friends, I wanted to get you off the tripod and over here a little closer. You can see these connections are so interesting. I've just never had a tent like that. So that really spreads it wide, spreads that section wide as well. Then you're gonna connect it down here. But look at this, the way they engineered that. So it's one little stake here, but it pulls taut from the top and bottom and really makes for a bit of a tub feel in there. So everything on this tent is gonna be a bug net up top and the solid material on the bottom. And it's gonna have two doors. So there's a door on this side. You can see the zipper around there. And then we come around to the other side and it's gonna be another zipper. And then inside, you'll see stuff like this is a little pocket. You can slip your headlamp in there and that can become a light for the whole interior. Not bad, friends, for my first time. It is super easy to set up. All right, and so to open this up, you'll just come over here and unzip. There's some Velcro up there. So you can see here I have this open. This is the Rainfly, and it unzips and I can have that open. Then this is what's a little vestibule, so you can put some gear down here out of the rain. And because this tent has two doors, I can go ahead and access it from this side. These are gonna have little stays so you can keep the door open, but through the other side is the other door in the other vestibule. So I'll kind of zoom in here. You can see the little hooks here. That is how the Rainfly attaches on this end. Then you guy line out the Rainfly there. And on the back end, you have these little adjustments here where you can pull on that and give it a little bit of tightness. Another door on this side. So if I wanted, I could take the Velcro and go ahead and open that side. And now I have both sides of it open. So it is a two-person tent. If you wanted, you could have one person open from there and the other from the other side. So friends, I went ahead and set up the sleeping pad and the sleeping bag. And these are both really long pieces of equipment. You can kind of see how much room is in there. So you'll fit very snug. I've heard a lot of folks say that if they were to do it a true two-person, you should probably buy a 3-person tent. So we'll see if we can get my wife out in this little guy. We'll probably use my bigger one, but it's possible. You might want to actually lay head to toe and opposite because it looks like you'd have just a scotch more room, but it can be done. Friends, I just wanted to emphasize this bag here. You know, they have so many good options over here at Osprey, but this is the 70, Aether 70. You can still find it on Amazon. You can find it used. They're running all different types. Guys, I'm not saying this is the bag that you should get or the bag that I would have ran out and bought. I have my eye on some other bags as well. I'm down here in Florida, see it has a little bit of framing there. Nice cooling for your back, all kind. You could just strap stuff on for days. But the point is the deal that I got on that, and that's gonna suit every need that I have. At any rate, friends, I sure hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I wanted to keep it nice and short because I would much rather be out there using this stuff. You know, I love having little gear moments in my videos, but guys, what really gets me excited is taking these things on adventures. So friends, we have all kinds of videos. Please go check back and give some of the other videos some love. We have some crazy stuff that we've done, a bunch of good stuff planned. Guys, definitely worth subscribing for. So if you don't mind sticking around, I'll be sure to bring you guys good content. So friends, from adventure to the next adventure, be blessed.